Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some news coming out from Iran. Iran has released several videos online with footage like the one you see here of them supposedly striking an Israeli airbase. Okay, so they're simulating a strike on this base. And supposedly this base is called the Palmachim Air Base in Israel. And this is supposedly a critical base for Israel because they use this for their fighter jets. And also they receive wounded soldiers there and provide treatment to them. So apparently this has a lot to do with the Gaza war. And this base is very vital to them, to their war in Gaza. So Iran is coming out right now and putting out these provocative videos to basically showcase their naval force and also to send a warning to Israel that they're prepared to get involved. I think that's what this is all about. We've had, all these proxy groups, the Houthis, Hezbollah, Islamic resistance in Iraq, and all these groups getting involved in launching attacks against the US and Israel. But Iran hasn't really gotten involved themselves. So they're technically the head of the snake, and they're the ones with the real true power. Okay, they've got a navy, they've got a huge army, they've got lots of missiles, and now potentially they could have nuclear weapons. Okay, so it's dangerous what's going on here because if you've been following this channel, what Israel is doing right now is they're about to move into the southernmost portion of Gaza. It's a city called Rafah. And if they push into Rafah, many officials around the world are warning that this is going to be a disaster. And I really think there's a very big possibility that Iran may get involved in this because their proxy groups are doing some work to put the pressure on Israel to get them to end the war in Gaza, but it hasn't been enough. So will Iran get involved now and launch attacks against Israel to prevent them from, finishing off Hamas or whatever might happen down there in the Gaza Strip? Either way, they want the war in Gaza to end. Okay, that's why they're utilizing these proxy groups to put pressure on Israel. So, I'm going to be showing you a video here in just a minute, but first I want to go over this article. Iran simulates strike on Israeli base as it showcases naval force. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps, the IRGC, has simulated a strike on a major Israeli airbase, making a show of its naval capabilities. Footage aired by the state television on Tuesday showed that the IRGC fired a range of munitions from ships and submarines. The war game appears a clear message as Israel's war on Gaza escalates and tensions rise across the region. So, see, this is definitely a message to Israel to let them know that they are prepared to get involved and strike Israel if need be. So far, Israel has not completely gone into Rafah. They've been launching airstrikes inside of Rafah, and they are prepared to move in, but they have not completely moved in militarily. I'll be doing a video more on that later on. So follow the channel, hit the subscription button. That way you can be notified and hit the notification bell, okay? The footage showed that the IRGC launched missiles from two locations at a recreation of the Palmachim Air Base in Israel. The base is a critical operations center for the war on Gaza, has fighter jets and multiple hangars, and receives wounded Israeli soldiers for treatment. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced at Palmachim last month that Tel Aviv will not hesitate to attack Iran. A large number of at least two variants of long-range ballistic missiles, Ahmad and Qadr, were shown being launched and hitting targets with a claimed precision of under 4 meters. State television called Palmachim in central Israel the largest airbase of the Zionist regime in occupied territories. IRGC Commander-in-Chief Hossein Salami said the force for the first time has succeeded in launching long-range ballistic missiles from a warship. This new achievement increases the range of our naval influence and power to any desired location because our ocean-traversing warships can be at any point in the oceans, he said. There will be no safe place for any power that wants to create insecurity for us. So they're warning that they can use their Navy ships because they now have the technology and the ability to launch ballistic missiles from their ships. So they could easily, start sailing over near Israel and start attacking Israel if they really wanted to. Okay, that's what they're warning here. Footage carried by state television showed two long range ballistic missiles being launched from the Shahid Madavi, a multi purpose warship capable of carrying a variety of missiles, drones, and radar systems. The missiles, which have claimed range of at least 1,056 miles, were reportedly launched from somewhere in the Sea of Oman and hit targets in a desert in central Iran. The RGC also displayed speedboats, catamarans, and submarines in action with short range missiles launched by the former. There was no official confirmation, but the missile appears to be a variant of the Qaem, the Iranian equivalent of the US made Hellfire missile. The RGC also showed missiles being launched from its two recently unveiled catamarans that are capable of firing anti ship cruise missiles. A torpedo launched from a submarine was shown to hit a ship. A new kamikaze drone was briefly shown being launched, which appeared to have similarities with the Lancet drones developed by Russia. So, big moves coming here from Iran. They're not messing around anymore, and I think we're really about to see a turning point here in all these wars. Really, okay. What I've been reporting on Ukraine, things are really not going good for Ukraine right now. They're in a very bad position. They could eventually fall at some point here in the near term if they don't get some help pretty soon. And also, this war down here with Israel is about to kick off, and we're about to see massive expansion of war throughout the Middle East. If they go into Rafah, I think this is really going to spark all these proxy groups to start attacking again. So we're going to be seeing more war coming from the Middle East, and this is just the beginning. And wait till Iran gets involved. Once Iran gets involved, it's very possible that this could turn into World War III. This could get much larger than just a regional war tied to one area just in the Middle East. Okay, so I want to show you this video now of these torpedoes. Okay, this is another video that Iran put out showcasing their ability to use these torpedoes to take out ships. So take a look. All right, so this is clearly a warning to not only Israel, but I think it's a warning to the United States as well. Would many people see this as a joke? Do people see Iran as a joke? Yeah, maybe. But the whole point here is that Iran is willing to go to war over what's going on in Israel. I think that's what really the message is here. And obviously, Iran controls all these proxy groups, and all these proxy groups are mouthpieces for Iran. So when Hezbollah just recently came out and said, we will continue attacking Israel in the northern border until they cease fire in Gaza. Okay, that is coming from Iran. Iran is directing them to continue attacking unless they cease their operations in Gaza. And what did Benjamin Netanyahu say? That they are not going to take any ceasefire deal. They are going to continue their operations and they will press forward into Gaza until Hamas is 100% eliminated. So this is going to continue, and this is only going to get worse. And like I've said, the longer that this goes on down here, the more highly likely that we get to a point where more major players get involved here, like Iran. The US and the UK is already involved with what's going on down with the Houthis. And it's just a matter of time before Iran gets involved. And whenever Iran gets involved, we're going to have big problems here because it's not just going to be Israel fighting Iran. There's a very big possibility that America and UK and many other countries are going to get involved. And this could eventually turn into World War III, especially when Russia's over there fighting Ukraine right now. There's already a lot of militaries that are active right now, actively preparing, actively producing. So we are definitely in a state of war right now, and it can really get a lot worse. I know that things seem relatively calm at the moment, but they could spiral out of control in a moment's notice and things could get really bad. So I hope you're ready for that. That's going to be the latest that I have here on Iran for you at the moment. But you know, I would take these videos here. I wouldn't take them with a grain of salt. I would look at that and say, you know what? They're not messing around anymore. There's a very big possibility they could go after Israel. So stay tuned to the channel. I appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, excuse me. And if you enjoy my channel, consider hitting the subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you as soon as a new video is live. So I appreciate you being here, guys. I hope you all have a great day. Thanks again so much for tuning in. Everybody take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.